Croy Station, Saturday morning. Storm Amy has just blown over and I'm on a pre-booked trip to Hartlepool. The annoying thing about the fragmented nature of the railway industry is that I've had to check 3 different train company websites for travel alerts. I've also learnt that because my ticket involves 3 different train companies, my entitlement for a refund is less than if my ticket was LNER only, which is another disadvantage of the silos that the fragmented system has given us. And that's a train from Alloa to Glasgow, which is running about 15 minutes late, I think, because of the weather. My train is just a few minutes late. Yes, a recorded announcement has just told me to plan my entire journey in advance, but there's only so much you can do. I am already catching the train one before the one that I would normally, to catch the 8:30 from Edinburgh to London King's Cross. But I'm only taking that one as far as Newcastle. We'll see what happens. Storm Amy hit northern Britain on the 3rd and 4th of October, and as I had pre-booked tickets to a sporting event in Hartlepool, I'd been monitoring weather forecasts and rail websites, wondering if I'd make it to Hartlepool. Speed restrictions were inevitable, but the location of fallen trees is always unpredictable. Well, here comes the Edinburgh train. It's about 5 minutes late already. Speed restriction they've announced, and while we're waiting you can admire the £3 million accessibility footbridge, ici Croy, as they say in French. Safely on board. Let's see what time we get to Edinburgh Waverley. Slowly rolling into Falkirk High. Well, we lost a bit of time between Croy and Edinburgh because there was a speed limit, and we arrived at Edinburgh at 2 minutes to 8, and the train manager of the 8 o'clock to Newcastle said I could board. Well, I'm not guaranteed a seat, but as you can see I'm in a seat, so I'm half an hour earlier than expected. So that's an interesting question. If you're late you get a refund. If you arrive at your destination early, do you have to pay more? Interesting thought. I later saw on real-time trains that the train I'd been scheduled to catch from Croy had terminated at Haymarket, which they occasionally do to catch up when late running. I would have missed my booked train from Edinburgh Waverley and been late for my sporting event had I stuck to that plan. As we crossed into England near Berwick, the train manager asked 2 passengers to show their passports because they were using Interrail tickets. Hilarious timing. That's it, arriving in Newcastle a few minutes early, not bad. Here we go. Yes! Next stop, the first class lounge. Well, the train manager told me that there was in fact a speed limit on the line, but it finished at 8 o'clock. But I wouldn't know that, the ScotRail website didn't tell me that. Well, the first class lounge was a bit disappointing. No coffee. I had a few minutes to cross to platform 5, unsure of whether a fallen tree had struck the line to Hartlepool. Some trains on that line come through from Carlisle, which added a bit to the anxiety. Never a dull moment at Newcastle. Newcastle Central Station and its magnificent roof were built in 1850. These platforms, 5 to 8, were added in 1871.
Birmingham New Street and Worcestershire Parsonage. Please mind the
It is frustrating. Carry on.
This train
it is frustrating
This is due to
that you have to contact 3 different train companies to find travel alerts, and that there is inconsistency between some of the train companies. And this is, they've just announced that the Carlisle train is cancelled because there's a tree blocking the line. And when there's a storm it's always potluck. They're just joining 2 trains together. Oh, they've just done it with a clunk. Crossing the Tyne on the high level bridge.
I got a good view from here.
Yeah. And there's the Queen Elizabeth II bridge. Made it to Hartlepool. The weather's not too bad. Made it anyway. Sunny Hartlepool with a new sign. Hartlepool station on its present site opened in 1880 as West Hartlepool, the West being dropped in 1967. This platform was taken out of use a long time ago, but reinstated in 2024 following investment by the Tees Valley Combined Authority to improve capacity. Nice station. The bright pictures you see here on platform 3 were installed in 2017, well before the canopy and bridge were reinstated. They certainly brighten up the station. Owen and Abigail were the artists. As well as these pictures, you can enjoy the North Eastern Railway tile map, the new GBR station sign, and the cafe and real ale pub when they're open. My friend from Thirsk arrived on this Grand Central train, so we both made it in spite of Storm Amy. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to sponsor me with a coffee or even a beer, please see the link here to Ko-fi. And I'd like to thank all my previous donors who are shown here on this slide. Thank you very much.